Destiny, and today we're going to be showcasing Cyrene alongside Evernight. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know which of the Chrysos Heirs is your favorite. Lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe to see more content from me. Leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. For today's showcase, we're going to be using Evernight, Trailblazer, Cyrene, and then Hyacine, and we're just going to use our techniques and then get straight into it. Alrighty, with the Remembrance Trailblazer here, we are just going to use her skill. With Hyacine, we will use her skill as well, and we will push up Evernight to give her the true damage buff here. And with Hyacine, what we'll do is use her ultimate as well. Boom, there goes little Ika. And now with Evernight, we can attack here with Eevee, and also use Evernight's ultimate and resummon Eevee as well. Now we'll use our skill, and now once again we can attack. Boom, dealing a nice amount of damage. And with Cyrene, we'll also use her skill. With the Remembrance Trailblazer, we'll basic attack and then use our ultimate. And with Hyacine, we'll use our skill once again. Alrighty, so these enemies are already nicely low, which is great. And with Cyrene, we'll just use her skill. Now with Evernight, what I'll do is use her skill, and now what we'll do is attack like so. Boom! With Mem, they'll come in punching, and now what we could do is use our enhanced basic attack here. And now Mem can also advance forward march once again. Now we'll just use our skill, and with Hyacine here, we'll also use our skill once again. And boom! There we go. Now with Evernight, we will use our ultimate immediately going into this wave here with Flame Reaver, and with Hyacine, we'll also replenish her ultimate as well, and follow up here with Cyrene's ultimate. Okay, there we go. I absolutely love her animations as well, but we're going to start off by giving the buff here to Evernight. And now with Hyacine, we'll use her skill. Little Ika is going to come in and attack. With Cyrene, we could just basic attack. With Hyacine, now we can also use her ultimate. There we go. And boom! Now with the Remembrance Trailblazer, we can basic attack. With Evernight, we can use her attack like so. We're also going to follow up here with her ultimate. And now we will also use her skill. And well, bam! There we go. With the Remembrance Trailblazer, we will now use their ultimate. I am just going to do this so I can advance forward Evernight here. There we go. And boom! Decent amount of damage right there. With Cyrene, we will be using her AoE attack here to deal a nice amount of damage onto Flame Reaver and his clones. Alrighty, there we go. Bam! And now with Cyrene, what we will do is attack once again. So now Flame Reaver is on to the second HP bar, which is great. And what we'll do with Hyacine is use her skill. Little Ika is going to come in and attack everybody here. And with Cyrene, we will basic attack. With the Remembrance Trailblazer, we'll basic attack here as well. And now what we could do is use our skill here with Evernight. With the Remembrance Trailblazer, we will use our ultimate, which will allow us to advance forward Evernight and be able to get more Memoria. We'll also just follow up here with her ultimate as well. Boom. And well, bam, there we go. 1.2 million. And now with Cyrene, we will use her AoE attack once again. And we might be able to actually finish off the fight here. Let's see. I love these animations as well. Oh, super close. It's okay though. We can definitely finish off this fight here in the 0 cycle with Hyacine and Cyrene. Boom. And now with Hyacine, we can use her ultimate. There we go, and we were able to successfully clear in the 0 cycle. Now let's check out the builds for today's video. So here we are with the builds for today's video, and we're starting off here with Evernight. She actually is a bit overcapped on the crit rate she has, especially since RMC will give us 10% more. So because of that, we could have definitely had some more subsets in HP, for example, but for right now, it's okay. For the light cone, we are using Evernight's signature light cone, but of course, you can consider some alternatives, such as these right here. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we're using Bone Collection and World Remaking Deliverer. And lastly, for her Eidolons, she is E0. I've not activated any of these, as you all can see. Now we have Remembrance Trailblazer. Here they are. They do have Memory Curtain Never Falls, but you can of course consider alternatives as well. For the traces, they are maxed out. For the relics, we're using Sprelly Vonwak and World Remaking Deliverer. And lastly, for their Eidolons, they are E6. Now we have Cyrene here. She is using her signature light cone for today. If you were to have a different light cone on Remembrance Trailblazer though, you can consider using Memory Curtain Never Falls on Cyrene. As for her traces, they're maxed out. As for her relics, we have Amphorius, the Eternal Land, and then World Remaking Deliverer. And lastly, for her Eidolons, she is E0. I've not activated any of her Eidolons, as you all can see. Now we have Hyacine. Here she is. She does have her signature light cone, but here are some alternatives that you can consider. For her traces, they are maxed out. For her relics, we're using Giant Tree and World Remaking Deliverer once again. And for her Eidolons, she is completely E0. I've not activated any of these, as you all can see. And when it comes to the amount of speed we have on each of these characters, you definitely can have a lower amount of speed. For example, for Cyrene, I would say a goal you want to go for is minimum 180. If you do end up getting 200 plus though, that'd be great, but I would say you want a minimum of 180. The reason I say this is because Cyrene has a trace where if her speed is at 180 or higher, she'll increase all allies damage dealt by 20%. Then for each point of speed exceeded, increases Cyrene's Ice Res Pen by 2%, counting up to a maximum of 60 exceeded speed points. I would say once again in this scenario, minimum 180, but if you can get to 200, that would be great as well. As for Hyacine, her speed can also be lower. Same applies to Remembrance Trailblazer here. And what's really nice about this team in particular is that Evernight here is going to be able to inflict that vulnerability onto all enemies when she uses her ultimate, which it mentions that when Evernight enters the darkest riddle state, during this state, all enemies take 30% increased damage, and this is basically a 30% vulnerability debuff, which results in a 1.3 times damage increase for the team. That's a way you can look at it, and this of course applies to the entire team while Evernight is in the darkest riddle state. What's even better about this is that when Cyrene uses her ultimate for the first time in the fight, you'll be able to grant back everyone their ultimate, which allows you to use Evernight's ultimate, for example, to have more uptime on the darkest riddle state, for instance, also being able to deal more damage. In the case of Hyacine, of course, you can use her ultimate as well, and then same with Remembrance Trailblazer, especially to get more charge for Mem's support. I really like the ultimates being granted back with Cyrene's first ultimate, as this can nicely assist with getting more charge for Mem's support, and then also everyone getting back their ultimates is very, very useful as well. And throughout this fight, I primarily used the buff on Evernight, which the buff that Cyrene gives Evernight will last for the entire battle, and Cyrene was able to nicely assist with defeating Flame Reaver's clones, especially with how much AoE damage she was dishing out. So because of that, I was primarily taking advantage of the AoE attack Cyrene is able to unleash onto enemies after using her buff on Evernight. And if we take a quick look, let's actually look at the buffs that Cyrene is able to provide for Evernight, which if we go right here, there we go, which I absolutely love this screen here. It's just so pretty, and I just love how we can just go through each of the characters to see what the buff will do. But if we take a look at Evernight here, it'll be effective for the entire battle, so you only have to apply it that one time, and then this will be effective for the entire battle. After it is used on Evernight, the damage dealt when Eevee uses the Memo Sprite skill, Dream Dissolving as due, will increase by 18%. Then after Evernight uses a skill or ultimate, she'll additionally gain 1 Memoria point, and the crit damage boost effect provided by her skill is further increased by an amount equal to 12% of Evernight's crit damage. So if we take a look right here at what Evernight's skill will be able to provide, Evernight's skill states that she'll be able to increase the crit damage of all ally Memo Sprites by an amount equal to 24% of Evernight's crit damage for 2 turns. So this is pretty nice that we're getting additional crit damage from Cyrene's buff, and of course Evernight being able to give crit damage as it is also very beneficial for the rest of the team when it comes to them being able to dish out more damage onto enemies as well. But overall, I'd say this team was very fun to play, and for those curious, let's say you had Tribby, can you use Tribby? Absolutely. You can consider using Tribby in the slot of Remembrance Trailblazer, that is perfectly fine. I have also showcased this team with Castros. There were less signature light cones in that showcase, so for those that are curious, you can also check out that showcase as well. But for this one, it was also very, very fun, and of course, this being a mono Remembrance team, they're also going to be able to nicely charge up Cyrene's first ultimate and then also nicely assist with just gaining more points of recollection throughout the entire fight. But yeah, that'll be it for today's showcase. I hope you all did enjoy. Do make sure to check out my channel to see more Cyrene showcases with the other Chrysos heirs. And yeah, if you did enjoy today's video, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.